When y equal to c, then this equation represents a straight line at a distance c from the origin and parallel to x-axis, because slope of this equation is 0. Now when x equal to c, then this equation represents a straight line at a distance c from the origin and perpendicular to x-axis, because slope of this equation is infinite. Y equal to x represents a straight line passing through origin and make an angle 45 degree with positive x-axis. And if we want to rotate this line, then just increase or decrease the angle, and equation of this form of line is y equal to mx. If we add some constant c to this equation, then the graph of this equation shifts upward if c is positive and downward if c is negative. This form of line is known as slope-intercept form. If you want to know about different form of line, then check the description box below or click on the I button. Now look at this equation, y equal to mx plus c. There are 4 cases: m is positive, m is negative, c is positive and c is negative. For example, when y equal to 3x plus 2. Here slope is 3, so tangent theta equal to 3. Now tangent theta equal to perpendicular by base, which is equal to 3 by 1. So if the base is 1 unit, then the perpendicular is 3 unit. This is the equation of y equal to 3x. And now y-intercept of this line is 2, so we shift our graph 2 unit upward. Similarly, you can draw any equation of line. Y equal to x square is a parabola. Since y equal to x square is an even function, so its graph is symmetrical about y-axis. Now if we multiply our function with a constant a, then if a is greater than 1, then stretch the graph a times along y-axis. And if a is greater than 0 and less than 1, then shrink the graph 1 by a times along y-axis. And if a is negative, then turn the graph of ax square by 180 degree about x-axis. Now if we add some constant c to our function, then if c is positive, our graph shift upward by c unit, and if c is negative, then our graph shift downward by c unit. To draw a second degree general equation, we first convert it to vertex form. For example, y equal to x square plus 4x plus 6. Now by using completing square method, we get y equal to x square plus 4x plus 4 plus 2, which is equal to x plus 2 whole square plus 2. Here h and k are minus 2 and 2 and a equal to 1. Now if x equal to 0, we get y equal to 6. So vertex of quadratic function or parabola is minus 2 and 2, and it passes through 0 and 6. We can easily draw the graph of any quadratic equation with the help of transformation. In this case, we have to shift the graph of x square by 2 unit upward and then 2 unit toward left. In the fourth video of this course, we are going to learn about transformations. Now, the graph of x is this, and the graph of x square is this, and x cube is this. You can see the graph of x and x cube are symmetrical about opposite quadrant, and the graph of x square is symmetrical about y-axis. So when the power of x is odd, then our graph is symmetrical about origin or opposite quadrant. Also, the graph of x is below the graph of x cube in interval 1 to infinity, above in 0 to 1, below in minus 1 to 0, and above in minus infinity to minus 1. And when the power of x is even, then the graph is symmetrical about y-axis. Also, the graph of x square is above the graph of x raised to power 4. in interval -1 to 1 and below in interval -infinity to -1 or 1 to infinity. A function defined by y equal to 1 by x is called reciprocal function or rectangular hyperbola, whose asymptote are coordinate axes. Since 1 by x is an odd function, so its graph is symmetrical about opposite quadrant. Now 1 by x square is an even function, so its graph is symmetrical about y-axis. Similarly, we can draw the graph of 1 by x raised to power 2n minus 1 and 1 by x raised to power 2n. 1 by x raised to power 2n minus 1 is an odd function, so its graph is symmetrical about origin. And 1 by x raised to power 2n is an even function, so its graph is symmetrical about y-axis. In both cases, asymptotes are coordinate axes. Graph of square root function y equal to square root x. If f of x equal to x square and g of x equal to square root x, then f of x and g of x are inverse of each other. Or we can say that square root x is the mirror image of x square about y equal to x. Similarly, we can say that x raised to power n and x raised to power 1 by n are inverse of each other. So the graph of x raised to power 1 by 3 is inverse of x cube. Similarly, x raised to power 1 by 2n is inverse of x raised to power 2n. If a is a positive real number other than 1, then a raised to power x is known as exponential function, where a is greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1. Now there are two cases. First, when a is greater than 1, the value of a raised to power x increase as x increase. So the graph of a raised to power x is this. We also observe that 2 raised to power x is less than 3 raised to power x is less than 4 raised to power x, and so on, for all x greater than 0. And they all are equal when x equal to 0. Now for x less than 0, we have 2 raised to power x is greater than 3 raised to power x is greater than 4 raised to power x, and so on. And the second case is when a lies between 0 and 1. In this case, the value of a raised to power x decrease as x increase. So the graph of a raised to power x is, we know that a lies between 2 and 3. Therefore, the graph of a raised to power x is identical to the graph of a raised to power x for a greater than 1. Now you know how to draw a raised to power x. So in the next video, we will discuss the transformation of a raised to power x. If a greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1, then the function defined by f of x equal to log ax is called logarithmic function. We know that log ax equal to y is same as x equal to a raised to power y. So the logarithmic function and the exponential function are inverse of each other. As a greater than 0 and a is not equal to 1, so we have two cases, when a is greater than 1 and when a lies between 0 and 1. When a is greater than 1, in this case the value of y increase as x increase. So log a3 is less than log a4. And in this case, the value of y decrease with the increase in x. So log a3 is greater than log a4. The function defined by f of x equal to modulus x is called the absolute value function or modulus function. The graph of modulus function is symmetrical about y-axis. Floor function denote the greatest integer less than or equal to x. For example, Floor function of 2.63 is 2. Floor function of 4 is 4. Floor function of minus 3.2 is minus 4. It is also called greatest integer function. Ceiling function denotes the smallest integer greater than or equal to x. Ceiling function of 2.63 is 3. Ceiling function of 4 is 4. Ceiling function of minus 3.2 is minus 3. It is also called least integer function. The function is defined by f of x equal to modulus x by x when x is not equal to 0 and 0 when x equal to 0. The graph of Signum function is fractional part function denote the fractional part or decimal part of x. For example, fractional part of 2.63 is 0.63, fractional part of 4 is 0, fractional part of minus 3.2 is 0.8. Here, f of x equal to x minus greatest integer x for all x belongs to R. So, fractional part lies between 0 and 1. The graph of fractional part of x is this. In the next video, we are going to learn trigonometry and its inverse. So don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you never miss this beautiful animated course.